What's up, what's up? Today is Monday and we're doing sales again. 26 minutes past 1 p.m. I actually woke up at 10 a.m. I did an enema, I edited and published my last day vlog. And that's it basically. And now it's almost 2 p.m. I have a lot of emails and a lot of calls to make, and I'm basically doing it right now, just answering messages. I did my morning routine and now I'll do some planning and I'll do some breathing. So we'll speak soon. 40 minutes past 4 p.m. and I finished my planning, and today's goals is send a new contract for one of my clients. We may get our first sale today, then do some 2 sales calls that are already planned, record them with and listen through them with my partner, analyze them, draw some lessons from it, and also before that I want to read an hour of sales material. I may have some conference calls live through video, so that's why I'm in my high performance gear and I'm ready to do some work. One thing that I wanted to talk about is speed reading and just learning maybe in general. So now I have 1 hour before my first sales call, or actually 2 hours. So I want to spend 1 hour and read 2 books in this hour. Now, you may be saying that I'm crazy or it's impossible, but it's not. If you're reading with a goal, straight goal in mind, and you're speed reading. And speed reading is not a scam. It's not, I don't know, something magical. It's just simple techniques that you can use to consume information much faster and remember it much clearlier. 44 minutes past 6 p.m. I have read 100 pages of 200 pages of that book. So I read half a book in 1 hour, and unfortunately I wasn't able to accomplish my goal because this book is so dense with so much good material. It's certainly one of the best books on sale. It's called Spin Method. I'll talk about this book a little bit later because I have calls now. Goddamn, time flies fast. I made already 3 sales calls. It's now 25 minutes past 10 p.m. The thing that I wanted to discuss with you is this thing, a mind map of that sales book. You know that Wolf of Wall Street film, with the stereotypical sales guy who's just always closing. Well, the thing is that it's just like a Hollywood. It's just not what sales is. If you are talking about large sales, 500,000 sales, company sales, all the high ticket sales, they have no similarities to that, Wolf of Wall Street stuff. I actually bought a course for straight sales persuasion, which is by the guy who was in the Wolf of Wall Street, who was represented by the film. I forget his name. Jordan Belfort. And it is okay, I guess. It's worth the money. But this thing is for free, and it blew me away. So I guess I will show you 3 main keys from this book that I marked as read. So the first one is sales stages. So this is the first impression, which is basically, hey, how are you? The small talk. You get the point. And then the investigation is the most important one. It's about the questions. The more questions you ask, the more successful is the sale. This is based by research and by studies. In the traditional stereotypical sales school, there's only closed questions and open questions, which is a closed one is yes or no, and an open one is why is it important to you, something like that. But the real thing about the questions is not whether the open ones are better or the closed ones are better. The real thing is that questions have to be psychologically important to the customer. It doesn't matter if they're closed or open. You just ask something that is important to them psychologically, which is the stereotypical school like misses this point altogether. The next thing, the third one that I want to describe is every call should have a ruthlessly specific objective. But you don't have to close the sale now. You just have to lead to the next step. So a couple of next steps that could happen. These next steps, the author calls specific advancements, and it could be getting to decision makers. So maybe you're talking with somebody who's not a decision maker, and you get enough commitment from them to get you the call to decision maker. Maybe it's a live demonstration of the site. So maybe you're talking over the phone and you schedule a live demo some next day. Maybe it's a product test. Maybe you meet with the people and test the products. Or maybe if it's a service, you use some kind of sample, some kind of, low cost test for them just to see, what's your product about. Maybe it's access to parts of accounts that were inaccessible to you before. So maybe, for example, I'm doing a lot of stuff with Facebook ads on consulting side, not on my business side. So for me, one of the last steps to onboarding client to a really high paid gig is getting their ad account and getting their if they're a real business, they ran a lot of ads, they're not amateurs, then getting their account, getting their Google Analytics, all their assets, web assets, and analyzing them and producing a report of what can be improved and what can I do exactly, what kind of numbers I can produce to them. This is something that you can really cleverly provide value for clients and not also charge money, not do it for free. And the last thing that I want to discuss is basically their method that they're advocating for large sales. So basically we have 4-part questions, 4 ways to ask questions: situation questions, more problem questions, implication questions, and need for payoff questions. And the best salesman asks the most questions, and they are the most relevant psychologically to the customer. Situation questions are more about, you saw that this business is doing something in social medias and you comment on it. So maybe you said, so you were doing this type of campaign and how was it and blah blah blah. So this is type of situational questions. Then the more problem-solving question is, for example, for me, the oil that I sell is leads. And that's why I ask, are you satisfied with your current leads? This is a problem-oriented question. And what are the disadvantages the way you're handling things right now? So maybe they have an inefficient process of sales, of generating leads and stuff like that. So then I'm saying that, isn't it difficult to hammer leads all the time with your present system? So maybe their current lead generation system is just problematic for them. They cannot close deals. Before the call, you have to know 3 problems that your client might be having right now. This is what you use to ask the problem questions. From these questions and the answers that you get, you can make an implication questions, which means what kind of implications these problems could have. So maybe it has effect on their output, on their sales team performance. Maybe that leads to, they cannot grow their business enough. You get the point. And then once you say the implication of these problems, you describe what will happen if they solve this problem. You ask, is it important to you to solve this problem? Why would you find the solution so useful? Is there any way this could help you? The main thing that I want you to take away from this is that this is so much like dating. The best salespeople don't suggest, don't state that they're good, that their product is good. They make the client suggest to them by asking good questions that they need their service. You can see that there's only questions and you're kind of guiding the person. It's not about you're saying, oh, I'm good, buy me. It's the opposite of sales. And that's why I'm saying that it's really similar to dating. You could say the first level of salesmanship in dating that I experienced is basically you walk up to the girl and say, oh, I'm really cool. Whoa, let's have sex. And that's a really amateur way. And I mean, it's not, You cannot get deep, good relationship connections and stuff like that. You cannot get large, big sales from it. You cannot get like really good deals from it. But if you make that girl suggest to you or say to you that she wants to stay with you or she wants to go with you to your place, if you are able to ask such a questions that she would implicate or imply here with her own will that she wants to do, that she wants to continue with you something, this is the next level. This is what you call a professional salesmanship in dating. With this you can get much better deals. Just don't get offended, please. So yeah, this is what I want to review. And this book, Spin Sales, I think, Method or something, it just blew me away. You have to read it if you do anything with business. It's 15 minutes past midnight and I finished my work. I've read an hour of sales, that's accomplished. I did 2 sales calls and I analyzed them with my partner. That was really productive. And then I had to send a new contract for my client and write him an first invoice for this company. And unfortunately I haven't managed to do it because PayPal blocked my account. I know a lot of my friends that get blocked on PayPal. So now I'm in the list, yes. So lessons learned. First, the more questions you ask, the better the sale. Second one, questions have to be psychologically relevant to consumer. Third, closer mentality is BS. It's Hollywood, it's not the real life. Sales is about opening relationships and helping people. 4, if you have a goal, you will learn 10 times faster. That's what speed reading is about. It's not really speed reading, it should be called learning on steroids. And the whatever number is again about sales, start with situation. So just when you talk, just start with the situation, what's happening right now, then segue from that situation to some problems that they might have in the current situation in their company. And then look what kind of implications these problems have, you know. If they have this problem, what it implies that will happen to their company. Now, when you state those implications or ask questions on those implications, find out what will happen if they will solve this problem. What will happen for them, for their company, and at the end of the day, find the commitment, the specific commitment, the advancement that you want to close the call to the next some kind of movement level or whatever stage. So that's it for today. I'm super exhausted and see you soon.